3 minutes have passed so quickly. Let's start with this group who is already eager to tell us their design. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have a very unique design of marking and casting your ballot for presidential election.
We think the method to mark in Taiwan now is more suitable than this. It's very easy and we always people photo. Some old men and cannot read, so photo and I know this one and step is easy. And cast in box. And also it's more easy.
Okay, so that's very traditional. Can you tell us what this means? What this symbol means? Why isn't it simply just a circle? No.
I don't know.
Does anybody know why? Perhaps you can find out later when you Google. Before you answer your question, you can find out online why we make it, half. No, it's not really filled. But, okay, thank you. That's very traditional. Next, group 6. Are you ready? Not really. Which group is, you are ready. You look ready. Let's see if they have any alternative way of marking.
Actually, our result is the same as we use nowadays, and we think we will insist in using this stem, and we want that there's always the candidate's icon under the list because some old men cannot read from words. And
always old man. How about old women? It's a generic man.
Oh,
generic.
The old. Okay, and we don't like that people voters use their personal sales because according to our election laws that should the voters cannot reveal their personal identity, and we don't like using the machine because the old cannot use machine maybe, and if the generation pay keep on that all the people are getting used to the technology. Maybe next time you can people can use the touchpad to choose that, yeah, and all automatically. And we think.
Can you describe if you use automatic touchpad? What's the disadvantage?
Just like the machine that it may shut down or broke down. Some hacker will invade it to the system. Then it will become a huge
disaster.
Yeah, and we think that people can just throw into the box, and some staff will announce the result of this because Taiwan has not much population like America, so nowadays it's fine. Yeah, and something we don't like is that people always have to go back to their birthplace or some different countries or counties or cities. This will lessen the voting rates.
So in other words, they don't have to go back to their residential area or their family registrar, 户籍所在地, to vote. They can stay in their wherever they are living right now to vote. Okay. Okay, which group is ready? Are you ready? Do you have a different solution?
After we discussed, we have the original way to vote, and we have think other way, or we can like this, but this is not good because we may like make that up, and it's not good.
Why is it not good?
It's ugly. It's ugly. Yes.
So that's your choice too, right?
Yes. Yes. After we stand that I can read. After that we may vote our ballot. But we should make vote with ballot because
If you fold it this
yeah,
way,
but we may
the ink
maybe that. So
is not dry enough.
so it after we vote the vote we cast into the ballot into
the box.
the box. Yes.
Okay, that's an innovation. You fold it this way. Okay, thank you. Next group. We have 3 more groups. Are you ready? Do you have a different design?
Yeah, since the previous groups have introduced the current voting systems in Taiwan, so I'm gonna skip it a little bit. Yeah, and we have no idea where this this sign come from, so we are gonna just leave it, as it used to be, and we think the current voting system in Taiwan is suitable because it's not an very frequent activity, so it's unnecessary and expensive to renew the ballot or the machine or something. And as for the since we have a Mongolian member in our group, so and he thinks in his country, just like the Philippine voting system, he has to fill the circle, fill the circle and cast it into the machine, and also they have the fingerprint. Fit into the machine, and they have the fingerprint identification system, so that the machine can make sure their identity. That's all.
Okay, good. Are you ready?
We come up with a kind of new idea that the Indonesia friends just mentioned, that maybe we can use a little machine that when we come and we can use our ID card, and then the monitor will show the candidate of the election, and the voter only have to choose which one. It will show the photo of the candidate, so the voter only have to choose which one is their favorite candidate.
Are you saying it's a computer screen?
Yeah, maybe it can combine with the iPhone in 7-Eleven. I think that's it will be very convenient, and it will avoid that the human error, and it can also even the old people, they don't even they if they don't even recognize the words, at least it can recognize the faces.
What if there's electricity power outage?
And will delay the
Okay. Do we have another group? Okay.
Okay, we come up with another way, a special way. It's special, I think. Thank you. Okay, after checking their identity, and they will get a card like this. Okay, maybe like this. Candidate 1, 2, 3, their photo, and their information. Okay, blah 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 blah. And at the top, there will be circles like if we have tests, and we will draw like this. But well, we think some people may like this just help, and some make some errors. So we think we may make a seal like this. A seal like this. The icon is like this, just
Completely filled.
the complete view.
Completely filled.
Yes,
No mistake.
yes, and you just put it on the circle, so it will be fully.
Sometimes when you put it on the ink pad, you may not put the whole thing in a balanced way like this, so it may not be completely filled.
So you you can okay. After finish, but
Too much ink.
uh,
Too much ink.
so okay, so there are rooms for改善能力.
Once every 4 years, so
Yeah,
don't
yes.
worry about it.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes, and after finishing, we just put it in the machine and read. Yeah, so it will be more efficient. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, for the rest of the time, I am going to start introducing our required textbook, which is an introduction to forensic linguistics. I'm going to go over chapter 1, chapter 2. I don't know if I can finish, probably yes I can, because I summarize things quickly this way. Basically, if you read your textbook, you will see there are 4 topics in that book: falsification, plagiarism, trademark infringement, and hoax. The first topic, falsification, you will see an example which involves a doctor who forged the will of several patients, okay? And then he was involved in 15 murders. That's a case of falsification. Forging the will of somebody else, that's falsification. And the second, and when you look at a case like that, you have to pay attention to authorship and handwriting analysis to determine whether it's exactly some woman's signature. Okay, when you sign your will, you know, we have to identify whether it is her handwriting or not. The second topic is plagiarism, and the case involved is Da Vinci copy claim. The Da Vinci Code author Dan Brown did not reach the copyright of an earlier book, London's High Court. If you remember the Da Vinci Code, actually they simply borrowed the Holy Blood and the Holy Grail, the theme of the Holy Blood and the Holy Grail. That's why the court decided there's no copyright infringement. Okay, I just simply briefly summarize the 4 cases because the whole book deals with the 4 cases as examples. And the third example is something you are familiar with, trademark infringement. The example is Google. Unfortunately, the term Google has become a generic term, which means when you say, let me Google it, what does that mean? Let me Google it. Let me search, right? Let me search for information. So Google is a generic verb, which means search. Therefore, Google cannot claim that their brand name Google has trademark copyright. Unlike McDonald's, you read about it, right? McDonald's, does anybody remember the case? Who sued whom? McDonald's sued McSleep. Why? Yes, you. McDonald's sued McSleep because for trademark infringement because okay, because the prefix muck brings association with McDonald's, and McDonald's have good reputation, right? They have created so many different products with muck prefix. That's why, you know, McSleep is not allowed as a trademark again. Okay? Next, the very last one is hoax. An example is a serial killer. This reminds us of the bomb threat callers case. We have to decide whether the tape is from the real killer or is somebody else, which is a hoax. So it involves speaker identification. We already discussed how to determine from William Labov's expertise, accent identification. In addition to determining voice print, we also look at letters and let's see, we look at letter writing. Okay, finally, in this chapter, it deals with 7 topics of forensic linguistics. The first one is the language of legal documents, the language of the police and law enforcement. We can see how policemen interview criminals. Number 3, interviews with children and vulnerable witnesses in the legal system. Next, courtroom interaction, linguistic evidence and expert witness